2023 real estate market update. This is by far the most important video I make once every quarter. And in this video specifically, we're going to talk about three things. Number one is a recap of the 2022 real estate market and what the heck happened. Number two, we're going to talk about what's currently going on right now in the Temecula Valley real estate market. And lastly, number three, we're going to talk about my real estate forecast for the rest of 2023. Stay tuned, invest the few minutes into this video, and leave with a solid grasp and understanding of what's going on with the Temecula Valley real estate market. So we're going to start off with a recap of 2022. Well, in the first quarter of 2022, the real estate market was no different than 2021. Prices were absolutely skyrocketing. A home that was worth maybe $450,000 in the beginning of 2021 was worth $550,000 to $575,000 just a year later in 2022. And then April came around in 2022 and everything changed. Mortgage interest rates basically doubled over a 3-month to 6-month period. And somebody who was looking for a home and pre-approved for a $750,000 budget got their budget slashed from $750,000 to $550,000 just because interest rates rose so quickly. So you can imagine the mindset and the disappointment of that buyer who was looking at homes on Zillow for $750,000, pretty much ready to buy and just waiting for the right one, only to check in with their loan officer a few months later to see that now they only qualified for $550,000. Devastating. And understandably, a lot of the buyers in that situation just decided that they weren't going to buy anymore. So they removed themselves from the market and sat on the sidelines. Now, when that happened in mass in the summer and fall of 2022, buyers just left the market. Sellers didn't have buyers to sell their homes to. And so there was a big disconnect between buyer and seller. The buyer wanted prices and needed prices to come down because they didn't qualify for as much. But the sellers just saw their neighbors sell for a really high price a few months earlier and felt that their home was still worth as much as their neighbor sold for. When that standoff happened, the inventory just froze. The entire market locked up. Nobody was buying, nobody was selling. As a result, the motivated sellers did what any motivated seller has to do. They dropped the price. And in the summer and fall of 2022, prices fell faster than they did in 2007 and 8. I can't really put enough emphasis on how quickly home prices were falling in the summer and fall of 2022. Now let's talk about what's going on in 2023. The day after Christmas, my friends and clients that had been on the sideline in 2022 told me that they were ready to buy a home. Now, what I've observed is that they realized they had to buy a home even with the high interest rates because they're just not coming down anytime soon. And they realized that they didn't want to be renters or tenants forever. And they wanted to buy a house sooner rather than later. The cool thing about buying a house right now is that we're still looking at a lot of stale inventory that didn't sell last year. Homes that have been on the market for 3 months or 4 months, homes that are priced really well, homes that are move-in ready, homes that are clean. But these homes aren't getting the attention that you would expect. There are still fewer buyers in the market than a normal market scenario. Since this shift has occurred, inventory levels have dropped by 50%. There were 66,000 homes listed in our multiple listing service, CRMLS, at the peak in August of 2022. Now today, there are only 34,000. Inventory levels cut in half. Now there are still a lot of stale listings on the market that are good buys, but my forecast for 2023 is that we continue to see inventory levels drop as the stale inventory gets picked up by buyers re-entering the market. Now, the window of opportunity that I see right now as a buyer is to buy before the remaining stale inventory gets bought up by others. We still have 34,000 homes for sale in our multiple listing service, but when the inventory levels drop back to say 22 or 25,000 homes, it's just not going to be enough for buyer demand. And that's when we're going to see multiple offer situations again. That's when we're going to see homes selling for above list price instead of below. So my forecast for 2023, based on the trend that I've already recognized, which is buyers getting back in the market, I think that buyers are going to buy up the remaining stale inventory that remains from last year and early this year. And when that's gone, it's going to get competitive again. Homes are going to sell for above list price. I don't necessarily see prices skyrocketing again. I see maybe 3 to 5% appreciation this year, but I do see competitive situations listings for buyers where they're competing against 3 or 5 other buyers, because once again, there's just nothing for sale. So with that being said, my advice for buyers is to get pre-qualified or talk to a lender now and consider dealing with the high interest rate and the high payment, recognizing that it's not permanent. You can refinance when and if rates drop in the future, and then you get to instantly lower your payment. But if you wait to buy and prices go up again, you don't get to lock in that low purchase price that we get to lock in now. Another thing to consider is that if you wait until interest rates drop to buy a home, that home becomes more expensive instantly, because buying a home is all about affordability. It's all about monthly payment. And when the monthly payments drop, buyers can afford more, which balloons the purchase price up and makes homes more expensive. Now, my advice for sellers is to consider waiting a little bit longer if you have all the flexibility in the world. Now, I never tell people to try to time the market. I always recommend just timing your sale or your purchase around your personal scenario, like a job relocation or a school schedule for your kids. But if you have all the flexibility, maybe invest the next few weeks into making some cosmetic upgrades or repairs to get your home ready to show very well, instead of rushing to the market this weekend. And I think that will help you achieve a higher sale price, because you're letting some of your neighbors sell and get off the market, so that your home is the only home that buyers have to choose from, which might help you with sale price. Hope this real estate market update helps you. For buyers, I would love the opportunity to represent you and help you achieve your real estate goals. For sellers, I would love to talk to you about how to optimize your home value heading into this shifting market yet again, and what we can do to help you sell your home for the most amount of money possible. Again, my name is Dillon. I'm the owner and broker of Abundance Real Estate. We're a real estate brokerage located in Temecula, serving Southern California. Always a call away, and look forward to meeting you. Bye.